How's it going, everybody? It's Travis, and today we are talking about extending the battery life on your Galaxy S6 Edge. So here I have my S6 Edge, and this is exactly the same spec as the S6. So this is going to work for either phone, and I just want to talk about a couple different ways to increase the battery life. Now, this phone is amazing. The screen is brilliant, vibrant. You can see it has that curve to it. Really attractive, almost no bezel. I have a case on it right now, and it's still that thin and streamlined and sleek and attractive. This is just a very thin case that I got on Amazon for like $10, and I also put like a zag screen protector on. Mine is a Skinomi. I got a skin for the front and back, so both back and front glass have this same zag type Skinomi skin on it, and that's a really good protector. It saves it from dropping and stuff like that. Your screen has a much less chance of cracking. But anyway, guys, and I'll put those links down below if you want to check out the screen protector and the case that I have, just so you guys know. I know some of you are going to be asking. So this phone has a smaller battery. This is only, I believe, 2600 milliamps. When you're looking at like Sony phones this size have like 3200, and it's a 4K screen, so the screen itself takes a massive amount of battery, a massive amount of juice. So it's really vibrant, it's really colorful. This is the best screen I've ever seen on a phone, period. But it is quite the battery hog. I picked this phone up about 5 days ago. And what I'm going to talk to you about today, it takes some time to train your battery. Now, a lot of people think lithium-ion, you don't need to train these batteries. It doesn't matter when you charge them, how you charge them. It absolutely does. But we're going to talk about some ways to get your battery life up to that 16, 17-hour mark where you need to last a full day. I get up early in the morning, I go to bed pretty late at night. So I'm burning the candle at both ends, and I'm burning my phone at both ends. I use my phone about 4 hours a day. That's screen on time. That doesn't include using things like Spotify where the screen is not on. I listen to music probably every day for at least a couple hours between driving or traveling on the train into the city. A bunch of different things that you would use your battery for. I just happen to use it, use it quite a lot. So I use my phone a lot. I would say, from 1 to 10, I'm about a 7 on the scale of heavy usage. I certainly use it more than the average person at about a 5, but I'm not really heavy. Some people use their phone, 6, 7 hours a day. That's crazy. For my lifestyle anyway, that seems a little crazy. But to each his own, right? So let's get more life out of this battery. Number one is the screen. Obviously, it takes up a huge thing. Use my fingerprint to unlock it. By the way, the fingerprint scanner, and I'm going to do a full review on this phone, I think, next week, because I've only had it for, I think, like 5 days now. So I just want to have it another couple days, see what I can get out of it, and then we'll do a full review if you guys are interested in that. So let me know. But the fingerprint scanner actually works on this Android device, which is really unusual for Android. But anyway, let's talk about the first thing here. Let's go into settings. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. We're going to head over to display. And I have auto brightness turned on. So that's number one. Make sure you turn auto brightness on. If you want to use your slider, you can turn your brightness down manually. If you want to keep it nice and low. The screen is so vibrant and nice that you can probably do that. But I use auto, and it adapts pretty well. I'd say it's accurate about 90% of the time. Sometimes there's some bobbles and stuff like that, but that can be fixed through software updates. Also, you want to use your screen mode, and you can go to basic if you want to. It's going to dull your colors a little bit, make it not so crazy vibrant. I put it on adaptive, and again, it works most of the time. It picks up the right colors and saturation and all that stuff most of the time. So that's number one. You want your screen to be on auto dim, or you want to dim it yourself. Now, the next thing is, if you buy this from a carrier and not third party, it's going to have a ton of bloatware. Now, I'm talking from the carrier and from Samsung themselves. So I actually kept some of the Samsung stuff. You can see the Galaxy apps. I don't think you can get rid of that. And just a couple little things like S voice and stuff like that I kept because it wasn't running in the background. It didn't seem to take any battery life. So there are certain things that I kept, but I did not keep one single AT&T application. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, you know, if you're in Canada, they do Rogers and stuff like that. Everybody has their own bloatware, and it's all garbage. It all runs in the background, and it is 100% useless. Like Verizon has their own messaging service. Why? It's not better than what Android and Samsung have come up with. I guarantee that it's not. So it just blows my mind that they have these things in the phone built in that are just useless. Like Verizon and AT&T, you're not making any additional money. Well, I guess they do make some additional money on like Navigator and stuff like that. Google Maps is the most comprehensive, well updated, and best navigation service in the world, and AT&T Family Maps thinks they're going to do it better. It's just arrogant, it's stupid, it's silly, and it's really frustrating actually. So delete any bloatware on your phone, any AT&T, Verizon, any carrier stuff. I got rid of, and some of you may want to use it, but I have no use for it at all because it does not help me in any way, is S Health. Oh, I can track my heart rate. I know what my heart rate is, okay? Whether if I'm exercising or if I'm sitting still, I know right around where my heart rate is. I can check it myself if I want to with my fingers. I don't need this thing to tell me, and I don't need it to track everywhere I go and every single step that I take throughout the day. I got a notification. Check this out. I got a notification the second day I had this, and it's like, congratulations, you took 7,000 steps today. I'm like, what? I don't care. I don't need to know that at all. If you do need to know that and you have fitness goals that you want to reach, that's great. I work out at least once or twice a day, and I do like kettlebells, I do body weight exercises, I ride bikes and stuff like that, I go swimming. I don't need my phone to tell me if I'm fit or not. So that for me was something that was running in the background all the time, and I got rid of it because it was wasting battery life. So get rid of your bloatware. I'm sorry. Number 3 is train your battery. A lot of people think lithium-ion batteries are not trainable, okay, or that you don't need to train them, I should say. But I can tell you unequivocally 110% that you can train your battery, and here is how. Number 1, only charge it below 10%. If your phone is at 40% and you're like, oh, I'm going somewhere, I need to make sure that I charge it so that it doesn't die before dinner's over or whatever, you're just killing your battery. Wait till you train it fully to do that. So for the first week that you have this phone, the first 5 to 7 days, you have to make sure you're diligent with this. After that, you can be a little more lenient. You can charge it, you know, to fill it up if you need to or whatever. But you want to make sure you don't charge it until it's below 10%. And charge it to 100% every single time. Trust me, this is going to increase your battery life. I can prove it to you. First 2 days I had this, it was around 10 hours of battery life. Even 8 hours because I was, you know, getting the phone to my liking. So the first couple days are not a good representation of what your phone is really going to be like. You have to give it 4, 5, 6, 7 days before it's 100% or where it needs to be. Now, here is something that's really important. Make sure that, and I'll show you kind of my battery life here. So your phone, your battery, is the way that the power goes to your screen, goes to your processor, all that stuff goes through the battery. So in addition to making sure you charge it from less than 10% all the way up to 100%, you have to make sure your phone is not being used heavily and or it's not on. So I turn my phone off the first couple days while I'm charging it. Charging only takes about an hour or so, maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes. So it's not that bad. You can live with your phone or live without your phone for an hour, trust me. And what that does essentially is it saves the battery from charging and discharging at the same time. They're not designed to do that. Your phone needs to be able to charge without discharging at the same time. You're really hurting your battery when you're trying to do multiple things. That's why it gets really, really hot when you're charging and using it. It's not supposed to do that. It's trying to take energy in, and you're giving that energy out, you know, almost half as fast. So you really don't want to use your phone while it's charging. You want to make sure you wait till it's down to almost nothing and charge it 100% every time. I let it get to 100% and then I wait about 5-10 minutes, then take it off the charge just to make sure she's fully packed. Then I turn it back on, and you know, you can use it until it's almost dead again. Rinse and repeat. Make sure you always do that over and over again. For the first 5 to 7 days, your phone is going to almost double in battery life. I promise you. So let's see where my battery is at now. You're going to get a lot of people online saying, oh, you know, my phone only lasted 10 hours. Let's see where I'm at right now. I have 2 hours and 37 minutes of on-screen time. That doesn't count for music and other things in the background. And I'm at 15 hours. I don't know if you can see that. 15 hours and 36 minutes of on this battery charge. And I have approximately 5 hours left, or almost 5 hours left. 4 hours and 41 minutes. There's 38% left in my battery. So that is going to be a 20-hour battery charge on a Galaxy S6 Edge. Now, that's pretty darn good. That's really darn good. 2.5 hours of on-screen time already, and I'm racking it up as I'm talking to you guys. So that's really good. This is a 4K display with only a 2600 milliamp hour battery. So I am squeezing this thing. You should be able to get 15 hours of pretty heavy usage out of this phone throughout the day. That's your whole day, baby. You get up at 7, or you know, your phone's off the charger by 7, and you're, you know, back home 10, 11 at night, and you still got a little bit of battery left. That's what you want, guys. So also, in addition to training your battery, your Wi-Fi settings, make sure it's not constantly searching for Wi-Fi. If you know you're not going to be near a Wi-Fi spot you're going to use, you can turn Wi-Fi off, or you can make sure that your phone is not searching for Wi-Fi all the time. Go play with your Wi-Fi settings. Make sure your phone isn't constantly bringing up notifications. Oh, there's Wi-Fi right here. There's Wi-Fi right here. There's Wi-Fi right here. Just use it when you need it, okay? I know you don't want to eat your data, but if you know you can connect to Wi-Fi, turn it back on, connect to the Wi-Fi for 25 minutes or whatever, however long you're at the spot. Or you can have it only connect to Wi-Fi that it knows, so it figures out your location and bam, puts it there. Or you know, will connect to the Wi-Fi. Your location settings, if you don't need to use GPS all the time, if you're not using updates like weather and stuff like that, you can turn your GPS off. And if it's not constantly searching for your phone's location in the world, it will give you better battery life. So location settings are a big one too. Okay, and all this stuff is right in the settings, man, you guys. This is not rocket science by any means. So you just go settings, and you just swipe over, and you can find all the stuff. There's your lock screen security, wallpaper, themes, applications. This is where you can go in and disable all that bloatware on your phone. Get rid of applications. Check out the ones that are running. So go to Application Manager. Look at your running apps. If you didn't open these apps and they're running, it's because they're running in the background, and that means they're screwing with your phone, okay? So mine isn't that bad. I don't have that many. Evernote is running for some reason. Really annoying. I'll stop it, or I'll go disable it in my all section. Or here's my disabled section. Look at all these disabled apps. I got rid of all this junk. I don't need any of this stuff. S-Health, Smart Limits, OneNote, my AT&T, Milk, Video and Music, Keeper, Drive Mode. Come on, people. You're never going to use this stuff. So that's the way to do it. You go to your applications, check all that stuff out. You can set a darker wallpaper along with, you know, changing your screen brightness. There's a bunch of tricks, guys. Make sure you're disabling apps that are running that you don't need. Make sure you're working with your Wi-Fi and stuff like that. There's a lot of ways, but the number one thing I would say is training your battery. Train your phone, guys. Let it die almost, and then charge it. If you need to have it on, if you're waiting for an email or text message, make sure that you keep the screen off until you absolutely need it when you're charging it, or you turn the phone all the way off. This is going to protect your battery from being overused. When you're charging and using it, it's really heating up, it's really getting abused. It's not meant to do that. So for the first 7 days, guys, make sure you're doing this make sure you're training it. And if you can always stay in that cycle where you're charging it at night, or right before you go to bed, or right when you get up or something like that, and then using it all day, your phone is always going to last all day. It wants a routine, just like our bodies. We need to sleep during the night, and we can be on all day. Just like your phone, just like a lithium-ion battery. That's how they were designed. Whether they say they are or not, this is how it works. So I hope this really helps you out, guys. Make sure you check down the description below. Follow me on social media. I'm always on there. I'm going to be doing talking about some comic books that I've been really reading a lot that I really like. So I'm going to start talking about those. A lot of adventures coming up. I just had a really great commercial audition. So I'm going to talk about that in other videos, guys. But thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.